go with the flow. Don't take your yoga too seriously. Don't take anything too seriously. There's enough stress in life. Your yoga shouldn't be one of the stressors. Your yoga should be a stress relief. And I hope that's exactly what it is. I'm glad you're here. We're going to start soon. Let's just move our bodies. That's the ticket. I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. We do this every single day, live, 1 hour long. Stick around for as long as you can, as long as you want. I think if you make it part of your routine and your daily habit, you'll have fun with it. You're doing it at home. You don't have a commute time. You don't have to look at the person next to you and wonder, oh my gosh, am I doing it right? You're doing it right if it doesn't hurt and you're moving and it feels good. Bottom of the screen says, do what's right for your body. Everybody's body is unique and special and different. Everybody's got a different history in their body, from injuries to what have you. Whatever you've got, don't hurt your body. Just move a little bit or a lot. Today's practice we call Yoga Plus. Every day we do a different type of practice, but they're all designed to make you stronger, more flexible, and more mobile. Those are the three buzzwords. Today it's called Yoga Plus. And what is the plus? The plus is we do some yoga, but we also incorporate Pilates. We also incorporate Barre. We also incorporate hands. I've taken classes. I'm certified in all of those. So we got you covered. We're going to work your body, making it feel good. All right, so a word to think about today is the word awareness. All right, so awareness, having knowledge, being aware. Okay, you're not supposed to use the same word. Being aware, being cognizant of what you're doing. Listen to your body. That's what I've kind of been thinking about all this week. Just listen to your body and do what's right. We're going to use some props today. These are fun props. The fun prop is a ball. So this is called a bender ball. You can get an exercise ball online. It's squishy. You don't inflate it all the way because the idea is not so much to have a woohoo ball, but to have a squishy surface, an unstable surface. So get one of those, order them online. We're going to also use weights today. We incorporate hand weights. If you don't have hand weights, use your blocks. If you don't have blocks, use 2 water bottles. Have a little bit of resistance. A strap, we always, incorporate that too. We don't incorporate it. We always have a strap nearby in case you want to use it, because you modify this practice to make it work for you. 2 yoga blocks. Those are wonderful props as well. Eye shade and a little hand towel can slip under your knees, can make your arms longer. You can get the sweat off of your brow. And an eye shade is wonderful for your final Shavasana pose. And water. Okay, that's it. Okay, so you got everything you need. Let's come on up to a standing position. And as you come on up to standing, I gotta put these props back here. As you come up to standing, think in your mind, what's going on in this body today? How do I feel? Give it a number, a stress number. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, how are you feeling today? Remember that number because we're going to come back to it at the end, and it's really nice to see that number come down. All right, first pose, confidence pose. Spread your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Put your hands on your hips. Send your elbows back, shoulders lifted. Feel your chest lift up. Let's get the blood flowing. We're going to start with our foundation like we always do, the feet. Come on up to the balls of your feet. Now you can have your countertop nearby. You can have a chair nearby. Just, you're working on your balance a little bit here. You're stretching out your feet. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Take that breath in through the nostrils and sigh it out. Let it go out your mouth. So lift and lower, keeping your heels behind your toes, awakening the calves, awakening the feet. And the other day in a class, someone asked about shoes on or shoes off. Totally up to you. I know some people like to keep their shoes on for whatever reasons, but if you're at home practicing, maybe take your shoes off and let your toes really grip. We're going to do toes pose and an ankle flow, and you really get the benefit when you're barefoot. But it's up to you, but I would encourage you to practice barefoot to allow your feet to really grip. All right, oh my goodness. When are we going to stop this? You're feeling it in the calves, right? Come on down. Come weight into your heels. Lift your toes up and give them a wiggle. When you're ready, take a deep extended mountain pose. Reach your fingers high to the sky. Take a baby back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Inhale, come on up, extended mountain. Take a side bend. Reach one arm high to the sky, the other arm let it slide down the outside of your thigh. Side bend, back up to extended mountain. Side bend on the other side as you exhale. Inhale, back up to extended mountain. Take a baby back bend. Reach your fingers toward the back of the room. If you don't like the arms extended, put them on your hips or your low back. Breathe, exhale, fold forward. Let the arms hang toward the earth. Let your gaze go up toward your knees. Take it higher to your belly button. Put a bend in your knees. Let it feel good. Inhale. Extended mountain. Drop one arm down your thigh. Side bend. Inhale, back up. Extended mountain. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, extended mountain. Baby back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Let all the air go out of your belly. Put a bend in your knees. Inhale, arms sweep up. One more time. Extended mountain. Exhale, baby back bend. Back up to extended mountain. Exhale, arm down your sides. Side bend, really reach. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, other arm reaches. Breathe. Inhale, extended mountain. Fold forward. Exhale, let it go. Roll your spine up, one vertebra at a time. Come on up to standing. Spread your legs good and wide as we come into a squat. All right, legs spread wide, heels in a little bit. Think of your shoulders back over your hips. Slip your shoulders down the back wall. So not a real attractive stance, but it's a really strong, powerful stance. Take your arms, cactus them out. Drive the backs of your hands to the back of the room. Think of a goddess pose. So hold it here, breathe here. We're gonna switch to this camera. All right, legs are spread wide. Arms teed out, breathe. Not teed out, arms cactused out, breathe. Now, elbows. Think of bringing your elbows towards your knees. And then 5-pointed star. You know that one. Elbows towards your knees, 5-pointed star. You don't have to go fast. Breathe. Your legs are powerful. Breathe. Maybe the elbows touch your knees, 5-pointed star. You don't have to go fast. Let it be. All right, so you got this down, right? Let's bring opposite elbow toward opposite knee. Explode to your 5-pointed star. Opposite elbow, opposite knee, 5-pointed star. A few of those. You know, just have fun with it. Elbow doesn't have to touch the knee. You just got to come in the neighborhood, in the vicinity, right? Then come back to elbow to its knee and up, elbow, knee, and up. Your glutes are strong. Your thighs are strong. Breathe. And then let's finish. Come on up to standing, legs together, arms down by your sides. This is going to be enough of a workout right here, isn't it? All right. So you're back to standing, shoulders back and down. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Tee out your arms, do the arm circles. Arm circles to the back of the room. Tight circles, make them bigger. Put a little bend in your knees, a little bit of give there. Take your arm circles in the opposite direction. How does it feel? Maybe big circles feel good. Maybe smaller circles feel better. As you're doing this, put a bend in your knees when the hands come down and straighten up when the hands come up. All right, breathe. Finish, arms down by your sides. Your big coat swing, twist from side to side. Shoulders are relaxed, arms are heavy. Look over your shoulder, then the other shoulder. Twist, a controlled twist. Really important, no low back pain here. Breathe. Let's finish. Come back to the midline. Take your ragdoll pose. Ragdoll. Feet hip width distance. Fold forward. Fingers toward the earth. Gaze toward your knees. Bend your elbows. Hands to opposite elbow creases. Little bend in your knees, if you like it. Wiggle your toes. Close your eyes if you want. And then swim. Don't swim. Swing one elbow toward the knee. Then the other elbow toward the opposite knee. Breathe. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. This is your ragdoll pose, a great pose. Do it throughout your day after you've been sitting for way too long. Finish up, come back to the midline, release your fingers to your mat. Maybe you're done. Whew, come on down. All right, let's do child's pose now. So you've warmed up your body a little different ways. Always good to kind of shake it up. Child's pose, 2 ways to take it, or your variation. Knees together, big toes touching, hips back towards your heels. You can have a block and put the block under your forehead or your chest. Arms can be down by your sides. Maybe this feels really great today. Think of finding length in your spine from your tailbone to the crown of your head. You can remove the block if you'd prefer to bring your forehead down to the mat. Extended child's pose is another option. Knees spread wide, big toes touch, hips back towards your heels, arms reach long to the top of your mat, forehead down to your block or to the mat. Maybe the block at the top of the mat you place your hands on. Maybe that feels good. Lots of ways to do this. Take a moment, bring your awareness to your practice, and what do you want to do? Do it your way. Into the nose with the breath, out through the mouth, sigh it out. If you'd like, Ujjayi pranayama breathing is when you close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose only. Build heat in your body and just feel more under control. You breathe the way you like, though. Take deep, long breaths. If your breath becomes shallow, back out of a pose and don't stress out. Keep that awareness in your body. Do what is right for your body. You're your own best teacher. In this child's pose, just enjoy the time here. Feel what you feel in your body. Lengthen your tailbone more to the back of the room. Feel what you feel. Let it feel good. And just appreciate this little bit of time you're taking for you. All right, you can stay in your child's pose if that's speaking to you. You always have that option. Do exactly what's right for you. I'm going to come out of it. I'm going to come into a neutral tabletop. That means knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Press into your hands. Press into the tops of your feet. This is a nice neutral tabletop. Hold it here for a second. Push into the earth. We're going to work on your forearms now. Your hands with the fingers pointing forward, flip them so your fingers are pointing towards your knees. Forearms are forward. Feel a nice stretch in the forearms. Maybe you move your hips a little bit from side to side. Maybe you move your hips a little back toward your bottom. And just feel the good stretch right in the front in the forearm. Close your eyes, lengthen through the crown of your head. Feel what you feel. It seems like such a hackneyed phrase and so obvious. But feel what you feel. How does this feel? Feel the good stretch in your forearm. Maybe take it a little deeper, letting the palm come up a little bit off of your mat, taking it into the fingers. How does it feel? And then let's finish. Bring your hands back toward a natural position. Lift them up off the mat. Shake and wiggle your fingers. Let them be. Let's come into a toes pose. Tuck your toes toward your shins. Find your two blocks. Toes tucked toward your shins. Have a seat back on your heels. That if it doesn't feel right, if it feels painful, come out of it. Hinge forward a little bit. Don't put so much weight on your toes. If it just feels uncomfortable, that's the way it feels. That's the way it feels. You're going to breathe through this and let it go. Blocks by your sides. Think of them bringing the ground up to you. Maybe you press a little more weight back into your heels. We're not going to stay here very long. We're going to flow it with its complementary pose, an ankle flow. So really get into the toes. Think of letting the toes go. Don't hold on. Let all the stress go in the toes. Let it go. And then come to your ankle flow. Place the tops of your feet on your mat. Use your blocks. Walk the blocks back. Maybe lift on up onto the tops of your feet. Balance on the tops of your feet. Let your knees be together and up off of your mat. Hold on here. You can press into your blocks. Just, take it to what feels right. And, if you don't want to use the blocks, hands to prayer center for balance. Or if you don't have blocks, but you want more balance, bring your hands behind you. You can figure it out. Just don't hurt yourself and enjoy the good stretch. Let's go back to toes pose briefly. Push into the toes. Really take it full. Really take it full. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Stretch those toes. We're not going to stay here long. You don't have to hold back. Let it go. And then ankle flow. Back onto the tops of your ankles. Not going to stay here long. Take it to what feels really good and right. Getting the flow in the ankles. Let's finish. Come on out of it. Put your blocks aside. Remember neutral tabletop? Come back to it. Lift your feet up. Squeeze and scrunch your toes. Move your ankles. Tap the tops of your feet out on your mat. Place your feet down. Place your hands down. Lengthen through your spine and your tailbone. Time for cat, cow. Exhale, chin to chest, navel toward your nose. Think of your navel and your nose touching as you arch your back high to the sky. Inhale, cow. Tailbone and crown of the head lift up to the sky. So you move your neck. Exhale, tuck it in. Inhale, expand your back. Tailbone and crown of the head to the sky. Tuck. And release. Move your spine, move your spine, move your spine. All right, finish up. Neutral tabletop. We did our cat-cow. Let's do a bird. Let's pull the tail first. Lift your right leg up, knee high, knee to hip height. Bring your left arm around, capture your foot. Here's where you could use a strap. You could hook the strap around your foot if you can't quite reach it. Or if you can't quite reach it, don't worry about it. Just pulse your heel in and let it be. Maybe you can reach your arm around and it's close. Think of it being really close, but maybe you can't quite capture it. If you do have your hand on your foot, push your foot into your hand. Open up through your left collarbone. You'll really feel it. You're looking down at your right thumb. Look to the left side of your mat. Look to the left side of your room. Maybe look over your left shoulder. Push hard into the mat with your right foot and your right hand. When your left foot and right hand. That didn't sound right. Bring your hand down. Bring your foot down. Other side. Lift your left knee up. Maybe you're pulsing it in. Maybe you take the hand, reach around, capture the foot or close to it, kick into the hand. Open up through the collarbone and look to the right. Kick harder into the hand. Finish. Hand and knee come down. Nice job. Nice round of cat-cow to even it out. Chin to your chest, tuck it under. Inhale, cow pose. Release. Now it's time for bird dog. You can do this on the ball or nothing at all. You'll see what I mean about the unstable surface. If you're going to use the ball, place it under your right knee. If you're not going to use the ball, just have your right knee on the mat. If you're on the ball, tuck your right toes toward your shin. Left leg lifts. Knee to hip height. This time extend the leg long. Find your balance on this ball. Embrace those micro wiggles because you are going to wiggle. You just can't stay still. That ball is going to move and you're engaging muscles you don't normally engage. All right. Press hard into the earth. Perhaps reach your right arm far to the front of the room. Reach, stretch, you got it. Draw your left toes toward your shin. Drive through the heel and the fingertips. Hold it. Breathe. Maybe you want to touch elbow to knee once or twice underneath your navel. Or maybe not. Just reach. Hand comes down, knee comes down, other side. Another opportunity to play. Another opportunity to excel. Left toes drawn toward your shin. Right leg lifts. Knee to hip height. Leg extends. Push into the earth. Hold it here. Hold it. Maybe you add in the left hand. Reach, stretch, lengthen. Maybe you tuck the right knee and the left elbow and reach and tuck and reach and tuck and reach and finish. Hand comes down, knee comes down. There is your bird dog. Time to do fire hydrant pose. Work on those glutes. Working our way up, right? From the feet on up. Now, place the ball or a weight behind your right knee, or nothing at all. Totally fine. Start to lift your right leg to the side of the room. This is your fire hydrant pose. Dawn prefers to call it Dalmatian pose. All right, whether you're a big dog lifting your leg super high, or a little dog lifting your leg low, just lift your leg to the side of the room. Work on those hips. Lift and lower and hold it up nice and high. Pulse it up to the sky. Keep your weight equal in your hands and your hip. Right hip, try to keep it equidistant to the left. Pulse it up and finish. Right knee meets left. Bring the ball behind your left knee. Other side. Place the ball or the weight behind your left knee. Press into the earth. Start to lift to the side of your room. Lift it up and lower it down. Getting into that hip. You're strong. Work those big muscles. We did our warm-up. Now we're working these other big muscles. And when you're ready, lift the leg good and high and pulse it up. Little pulses. Breathe. So that's your fire hydrant kick. Let's finish up. Knee comes down. Knees meet. Let's do a donkey kick. Now, bring the ball behind your right knee. Lift the knee to hip height. Check in your right hip. Make sure it's equidistant as the left hip is to your mat. Let's begin by kicking the foot in. Little teeny pulses of the heel in toward your bottom. Push the earth away with your hands and your top of your left foot. Little teeny kicks here. Breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Hug the heel close to your bottom, then pulse the foot nice and flat up to the sky. Little teeny pulses up, up, up. So feel what you feel. Your glutes are on fire, right? Especially the left one. Glutes are on fire, and feel the strengthening of your low back. Push into your hands. You've got it. Don't give up. Don't quit. Stay strong. When you're ready, we'll finish. Hover your right knee next to your left. Just hover it here for a moment. and then place it down. We have another side to do. All right, ball, weight, or nothing at all, behind the other knee. How do your wrists feel? If it doesn't feel so good, you know you could double your mat over. You could place your hands into fists. That's fine too. Spread your fingers wide. Lift your left knee up toward the sky. Staying here is fine. Don't sweat it. Dial the left hip down. Start to kick yourself in the bottom. We all need that once in a while, right? Little teeny pulses, little teeny kicks of the heel toward your back. Keep it up. Don't quit. You know, I don't know why it is. It's always so hard to start exercising, to start moving, to start going for a walk, to start coming to your mat. But once you're here and once you get doing it, it feels so good. All right, so you've kicked it in. Let's hug the heel in good and tight. Now pulse the foot up, up, up to the sky. Keep it pulsing. Breathe. I think the weather's finally warm here in Colorado. I know it's warm where some of you girls are. Linda, Betty, Liz, you girls have it good. Colorado's beautiful, but I'm tired of the snow. All right, keep it pulsing. How are you doing? And I think it's time to quit. Hover the left knee next to the right, just for a moment. Redistribute your weight equally. Make sure it's equal in both hands. Place the knee down. Oh, a well-deserved child's pose. Spread your knees wide for this one. Big toes touch, hips back to your heels. Reach your arms on the ball, maybe, to the top of your mat. You got the ball under your hands, just play with it a little bit. Push it out farther. Push into the ball, hips back to your heels. Move the ball a little bit, left, right, left. And then finish. How do your hips feel? That was intense. All right, let's take a plank. Overall, body strengthening keeps you nice and good and strong. You can do it as long as you want. You can do it lying on your back. Remember we've done that? Push your blocks up to the sky. So you're just kind of 180 degrees flipping yourself. But think about doing a plank. You could do it up against a wall. Push against the wall. You want to feel the strength in the arms. The plank I'm going to take today, get in position for what you want to do. Maybe you stay in a neutral tabletop, bringing your hands a little further forward, hinging your weight forward, pressing into the arms. You feel the strength there. Maybe you drop to your forearms, elbows under shoulders, legs long, knees down. Maybe you duck your toes towards your shins and press on up to a dolphin plank. I'm going to take a high plank, and I'm going to take this ball and I'm going to squeeze it between my thighs, and it helps you stay more stable. All right, we're going to set a 1-minute timer just for you to decide if you want to time yourself. If not, do what you can with what you got. I'm going to come into a high plank, squeezing the ball. Let's set a timer and go. All right, here we go. 1 minute. All right, in a high plank, you want your shoulders over your wrists, fingers spread wide. Feet hip-width distance apart, having the ball there helps. All right, we're 10 seconds in. Take breaks when you need them. Adjust so it feels good, so you feel strong. It's a hard one. Plank is hard, everything is engaged. You're 20 seconds in. Breathe. You know there are ways to take breaks. You could drop to your knees. You could send your hips high for a downward facing dog. You do it your way. That's the ticket. We are over 30 seconds in. Come on now. Breathe deeply. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Hello, Esther. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Tammy. Hello, Stan. Hello, Betty. We have 15 seconds to go. Margarita, Kelly, Tim, Rena, Roger, Kelly, Jim, Lisa. I'm glad you guys are here. 5, 4, 3. One last good push. 2, 1. Done. Come on down. There's your plank. You did it. That's a tough one, isn't it? But strengthens everything you got. Have a drink. And you want to strengthen everything you got. You want to challenge yourself a little bit, whether you're on your knees, on your back, whatever, you're getting there. All right, come onto your back. Bring your ball. Place the ball behind your low back. If you don't have a ball, fully recline. Take it slowly as you go down. If you're on this ball, recline a little bit. So like you're on a recliner, you don't want to be so much leaned back that you'd squish the ball. You're not going to squish it. You're not going to pop it. Or you want to be just lean back a little bit. So if I were to be not nice, I'd come and I could pull this ball out behind you. So it's just a little bit of a stabilizing force here. The idea is little micro movements on the ball make you engage your core even more. If you're on your back, you can do some sit-ups with us, like Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. You can spread your knees wide, bring your soles of your feet to touch. Now I'm on the ball, so I'm gonna take my arms parallel to each other. I'm gonna bend my knees, have the soles of my feet on my mat today. I'm gonna reach parallel arms between my legs. Breathe. Lean back a little bit and come up a little bit. Don't use momentum. Use your strong core. Feel it in your belly. Feel it in your belly. All right, the two parallel arms, bring them to surround the right knee. Breathe. You're looking forward. You're reaching forward. Little pulses with your fingers. Breathe. Back to center. A couple of pulses. Just realign. Get back to the midline. Take your hands to the left. Surround the left knee. Little pulses up and down. Up and down. Back to center. Little pulses. Lower a little bit more and lift. 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 Arms surround the right leg. Palms touch. Slide the left arm back, back, back. Maybe elbow touches the earth. And then back to arms reaching long. Back to center. Breathe, breathe. Arms to the left. Palms touch. Right arm slides and slips back. Elbow maybe touches the ground. It's farther than you think. Whew. Back up to center. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And let's finish. Press on up. How did you do? Let's do it some more. Come on back. Fully recline. Remove your ball. Place the ball between your ankles. Come all the way back down to fully recline. You feeling it in the core? Oh yeah. All right, no ball, that's fine. Arms down by your sides. We're gonna do Pilates 100s. All right, you know it's coming. You know how to do it. You do it your way. Legs can be long. Arms down by your sides, shoulders away from the ears. You can be squeezing the ball, feel your low body engage. You could play with it a little bit and bring your ankles or the backs of your heels up onto the ball. Again, creates an unstable surface and you got all these little micro wiggles going on. I'm gonna take the ball between my ankles and I'm gonna squeeze it. Here you go. Lift your arms and start to pat the ground. Maybe peel your shoulders up a little bit. Shoulder blades maybe off of the mat. Pat the ground. I'm gonna lift the ball, or maybe you're balancing the ball beneath your heels. Breathe. Shoulders away from the ears. Tight squeeze on the ball. You got it. Low back is plugged into the ground. Legs are slightly lifted, hands are slightly lifted. The idea is you pat the ground 100 times or however many times works for you. Maybe take a breather, lie down, then come back up and come back in. Maybe you prefer to have your feet down. Don't judge yourself. Whatever you're doing is perfect for today. Breathe, and let's finish. Legs come down, take your stick pose. Arms lift high overhead. Stretch it out. Breathe. Remove the ball. Just scoot it aside. Don't let it go too far. Lift your legs up to the sky. Legs are up, ankles glued together. Draw little circles on the ceiling with your toes. Maybe tee out your arms. Maybe make the circles a wee bit bigger. Take your circles in the other direction and start to decrease the size of your circles. Nice. Let your legs float on down. Heels come all the way down. As soon as the heels touch, bend your right knee. Hug the right knee in. Left heel is on your mat. Left calf is on your mat. Right leg goes up to the sky, so your legs are like a letter L. Tee out your arms, or arms down by your sides. Draw a little circle on the ceiling with this one leg. Circle in one direction, getting the circles bigger, bigger, bigger. Circle in the other direction, getting the circles smaller, smaller, smaller. Keep your right leg lifted. Let the left leg come up to meet it. Point your toes to the sky. Right leg's turned to rest. Let it come down. Draw your right toes towards your shin, keeping the calf plugged in. Left foot's turn to draw circles on the ceiling. Smaller to bigger. Bigger in the opposite direction to smaller. Nice. Right leg up to meet the left. Bend both knees. Peel your shoulders up. Hug both knees in. Send your legs long to the bottom of your mat and hug them in again, both knees hugged in. Maybe shoulders are down. That's fine. Maybe you're doing one leg at a time. That's fine too. Every little bit of movement is an improvement. Keep it up. I'm going to hug my knees in. When my legs go long, I'm going to reach my arms high overhead. Then I'm going to sweep my arms down and hug both knees in. Arms sweep up, legs extend. Hug the knees in. Breathe. Breathe. Let's make it a little more fun. Press on up to a boat pose. So, feet can be on your mat. Arms can be by your sides. Lean on back. Maybe lift one leg or the other or both. I'm going to lift both legs. I'm going to hug them in. I'm going to extend them and reach my arms. Hug them in, reach and extend. Hug them in, reach. Hug them in, reach. Hug them in, reach. And then call it quits. Bring your legs on down. Come on back to fully reclined. Hands to prayer center. Lift both legs up to the sky. Lower them a couple of inches and hold. Lower them a few more inches and hold. Couple more inches. Couple inches. Now flutter kick. Flutter kick, working your way down, down, down. Heels touch. Guess what? Flutter kick back up, 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 up to the sky. Flutter kick on down. No more. I promise. This is it. Let them come on down. Nice. Stretch it out, stick pose. Fingers and arms reach in opposite directions. Circle your ankles one way, then the other, and finish. Press on up. But wait, we're going to do a Pilates roll up. So not press on up. Arms are lifted high overhead. Roll on up. What is a roll up? Pilates roll up is basically a sit up. Let your arms come up to the sky. Let your arms reach towards your feet and lift. Lift straight back, fingers reach. Roll on back and hold it. Hold it here. Roll all the way back down. Arms go up overhead. Arms lift towards the sky. As you exhale, lift on up to your Pilates roll up. Take it with control. Roll on down, hold it at about midway, all the way down. Shoulder mobility, arms reach high overhead. Arms reach up towards the sky as you exhale and lift. Arms reach forward. Breathe. Come on back. Hold it at one little spot, in that little tight spot, that little sweet spot that's really hard. Then lower on down, all the way. Arms go high, overhead. Here's your Pilates roll up one more time. Lift and stay strong. Shoulders are high, shoulders are over your hips. Reach. Crisscross at the ankles, hands plant. Come down to your downward facing dog. Down dog, hips are high, hands pressed into the mat. Heels are slightly lifted, feet hip width distance apart. Pedal your feet, gaze is down towards your feet, shake your neck. All right, spread your legs a little bit wider, maybe off the edges of your mat. Press into your hands, sending your heels down. Breathe. Walk your hands maybe closer together, tailbone up toward the sky. Heels are down, give your toes a wiggle. Let's finish. Toe heel your feet, walk them in to the midline of your body to that starting position. Bend your knees, find your two blocks. Let's do a couple lunges. Blocks are at a high height, right foot comes forward, knee over ankle. Left leg long and straight, top of your foot on your mat. Press into your fingers, into the blocks. Nice big stretch in your left hip flexors. It feels good after doing that boat pose variation. Lift your arms up, little back bend maybe. Maybe interlace fingers, press into your right front thigh, sliding the knee a little further forward of the ankle. How does that feel? If you like, surf it out. Using the blocks, straighten your right leg, and then rebend your right leg. You could have your towel under your left knee. You could walk your blocks back, sit on your heel, walk the blocks forward, come forward. No blocks at all. Maybe you use your hands a little bit on the earth to help you go forward and back, or maybe hands to prayer center as you use your core to allow you to find your balance and to surf. We'll finish now. Come back to standing on both knees. Left legs turn, left foot forward, knee over ankle, press into your blocks. Right leg long and straight. Press on up. Oh, maybe you stay right here. Arms can go high, baby, back bend. Hands to prayer center, interlaced fingers. Push into the left thigh. Maybe that feels really good. Assess what feels good for you. Do what feels good. Don't stress over it. All right, I'm gonna surf it out. I'm gonna straighten the left leg and rebend the right leg. Surf, surf. And how are you doing with it? With the hands, with the blocks, without the hands, without the blocks. Have fun with it. When you're ready, let's finish up. Bring your right foot to meet your left as we come up to standing. Right foot sweeps up, meets the left, grab your weights. All right, so now you're standing. Have your weights, bring them to your shoulders. You know, you could squeeze the ball between your thighs if you like that. Helps you stay stable in the low body. We're gonna lift the weights up to the sky, like extended mountain, and then down to the shoulders. You can lift one arm at a time. You decide how you wanna do it. And you decide what weights you have. How heavy are the weights you're taking today? Maybe you're using your blocks. It's all good. Get into those shoulders. All right. When you're ready, let's tee out the arms and bring the weights to your shoulders to work your biceps. You can move one at a time. That's fine too. Maybe you pick up the pace. Maybe you slow it down. Try to keep your elbows at shoulder height. Chest is lifted. You are strong. You got it. Let's extend our arms, tee them out. Flip your hands so your palms are face down and pulse the weights down. Little bit, little bit. You got it. Breathe. Oh, you can do this. Yes, you can. All right, let's bring the weights forward. Arms are extended long. Let the end of the weights touch and then reach them out to the sides. Bring them in, have them touch at the midline of your body and reach them out. Back to the midline and reach them out. Back to the midline, reach them out, tee them out. Back to the midline, that's it this time. Flip your palms face up. Now start to do bicep curls. Have your elbows, pretty high at about shoulder height. Reach and bring them back. Reach and bring them back. How are you doing with this one? All right, we're gonna take a break in just a second. You could be alternating too. Time flies when you're having fun. All right, bring your weights down by your sides. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out, shoulders back and down. Let's do some cross body punches. Send the weight across your body, across your chest. Put a little bend in your knees. Put a little twist in your waist. Cross body punches. Keep at it. You're strong. Yes, you are. You're stronger than you think. All right. Let's finish with these cross body punches. Bring your arms down by your sides. Come up onto your toes. Or come up onto the balls of your feet. That sounds better, more doable. You don't have to do this. You decide. Weights are by your sides. Hold them down. Shoulders back and down. Let's do bend your elbows, bringing the weights toward your armpits, and then extend your arms back. You're working the triceps here. So you're in like a drinking bird position up on the balls of your feet, keeping your balance. Or maybe you're down solidly on your feet. Reach the arms, back, 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 and forth to your armpits. Maybe a little higher on the toes, maybe sink a little lower into your knees, shoulders are back over your hips. Extend your arms long behind you and pulse the weights in towards your low back. Breathe. Let's finish. Plant your feet, let your arms hang by your sides, take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out, soften in the shoulders. Hinge forward, place your weights down, roll your spine up one vertebra at a time. Come back to standing. Let's take our tree pose. Hands to prayer center. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Big balancing pose. Root into your left foot. Open up your right knee to the side of the room. Place the sole of the foot wherever you like. Just don't put it on the knee. You can have a chair nearby. Maybe you bring the foot high up into the thigh. Foot presses into the thigh. Thigh presses into the foot. Hips are equidistant to the front of your room. Grow your branches if you like. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Plant the right foot next to the left. Now it's the other side's turn. Lift your left leg up. Open up the knee to the side of the room. Hips are equidistant to the front of the room. Staying right here is fine. Maybe you slip the foot up the leg, but avoid the knee. Foot into the leg, leg into the foot. Hold on to that chair if you want. Hands to prayer center. Arms go high. Sway your branches. Breathe. Push the foot hard into the leg and the leg strongly back into the foot. Strong, solid trunk, if you will. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Plant the left foot next to the right. You did it. All right, warrior three. Take a big step forward with your right foot. Left heel comes up. Let the left foot come up. Maybe you got a chair for balance. Maybe you reach the arms long. Come into a capital letter T shape. Finish. Left foot meets right. Right foot steps back. Hinge the weight into the left foot. Right leg lifts. Arms reach long to the front. Right leg lifts. Little give in your foundational knee. Capital letter T. Right foot meets left. Hands back to prayer center. Let's do another big balancing pose on one leg. Lift your arms high up to the sky. With your arms lifted, lift your right leg up. Right leg lifts. Thigh parallel to the earth, knee at about hip height. Draw the toes up toward your shins. Lift here. All right, I just got to tell you this. I'm going to stay here for just a little bit, not long. Find your balance. Use a chair if you want. Hold on to. One of our fabulous yogis is 81 years old. And I've been practicing with her for a long time. She's been with me for a long time. Pre-COVID, in-person classes. We've been practicing together for years. Anyway, she's 81 years old. She is so fit. She says that she can stand on her one leg for over 30 seconds. That's impressive. Let's plant the left leg next to the right. Let's lift your left leg up. Arms stay lifted. Lift it on up. Thigh parallel to the earth. Root into your foot. And we're just gonna time this here. All right, so your toes are drawn towards your shin. Thigh is parallel to the earth. In the past, we've balanced a block on there. Hold on here. So, typically, statistics show that an 80-year-old can only balance for, 3 or 4 seconds on one leg. But my girl's got it going on, 30 seconds. And she says it's thanks to her yoga. So keep with the yoga. It may seem insignificant, but it's quite significant. There's 30 seconds on that leg. Bring it on down. Hands to prayer center. Take a moment in gratitude. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for sharing that, my yogi pal. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. All right, bend your knees. Bend your knees, a little bit of a chair pose. You can bring your ball between your thighs. Place the ball up between your thighs or no ball at all. Maybe hold on to the chair. Come up onto the balls of your feet. Bring your shoulders back over your hips. So think like a bar practice. You'd be holding on to the ballet bar or no bar at all. Hands can be on your hips or that chair is like a ballet bar. And then little teeny pulses down, down, down. Breathe. You are strong in the legs. Those adductor muscles inside your thighs, those abductor muscles outside your thighs are strong. Your knees are strong. You are strengthening your knees. You are strengthening your legs. Now sit nice and low. Hold it still on the balls of your feet or not, and pulse the ball in. Little teeny pulses, strong thighs. You got it? Not long. We're going to come down to the mat in just a moment. Legs on fire. Oh, yes, they are. Feels so good. Squeeze the ball good and tight. Hold it here for a moment. Sink a little bit lower. Just hold it. Embrace the burn. And finish. Heels come down. Remove the ball. Take an extended mountain. Take a baby back bend. And then fold forward. As you fold forward, maybe capture your calves. Fold in half. Hollow out your belly. Crown of the head toward the earth. Crown of the head. Crown. Breathe. Bend your knees. Come on down to your mat. All right, you're on your knees. What we're going to do now is we're going to come onto our side. We're going to come onto the right side. Bend your right arm, elbow under the shoulder, forearm parallel to the earth. Legs are a little bit bent. You're going to lift your left arm up to the sky. You're going to lift your hips up to the sky. The left arm that's reaching high, reach it high overhead. Lift your hips high too. Come on down, hand to your hip. Lift the arm, lift the hips, reach the arm overhead in your little mermaid pose. Come on down. Lift the arm up, lift the hips up, reach. Breathe. Keep at it. You got it. Let's switch to the other side. All right, we'll do about 4 on this side too. All right, left hip is down, left forearm parallel to the earth, little bend in the knees, right arm lifts, and so do your hips. Reach the right arm to the front of the room, and then sweep it on back down to your hips. Reach it on up, and then bring it on down. Reach it on up, hips come up too. I think that was about 3, right? Maybe 1 more to even it up. Breathe. All right, nice job. Okay, now let's find our weights. 1 weight, 2 weights, whatever you like. Come back to that starting hip. Clamshells, weights onto the top leg. You're in the same position here with the shoulder over the elbow. Or, you could drop down. You could cradle your head in your hands. We're going to glue the ankles together and lift and lower. I prefer to be up on the shoulder. I feel like I can open this leg wider. Breathe. This is your variation of your clamshells. All right, lift and lower. And if you don't like the weights, ditch them. Leg feels super light then. Or maybe go to 1 weight. Maybe you have different weights. Maybe you put a really heavy weight on here. You decide. Lift the ankles up and open and close the legs here. When you're ready, knees close, legs go long on your mat. Top leg, lift it only. Point the toes to the bottom of the mat. Lift and lower. Maybe no weight. You decide how you want to do this. Maybe 1 weight, 2 weights, no weights. Breathe. And when you're ready, let's switch to the other side. Come to your left hip. Get your setup in your arms, however you like. Knees bent, clamshells. Lift the top knee. Keep your ankles glued together. It's all good, right? It's all good. This little bit of time you spend on your mat makes everything else you do throughout the course of your day much better because you got more mobility, and nothing feels good. Nothing feels as good as feeling good, right? Lift your ankles, open and close your knees. Ooh, with the weights or without the weights, you decide. 1 weight is fine too. It's all good. It's all good, only some's better, right? What is better, what is best for you, is what feels right. All right, close the knees, legs go long, top leg lifts and lowers. Oh my goodness, we're almost there. Breathe. Maybe no weights. Don't judge yourself. Be kind to you. There's only one and only you. Be kind. All right, let's finish. Come on down to your bottom. Find your eye shade in your towel. That's a good sign. Bring it up by your hips. Also find your block. Put the weights aside. Now, here's your choice. We're going to do a bridge. And you can say, I'm staying in bridge. Here's what we're going to do. Recline all the way onto your back. Bring it down slowly. You can bend your knees. You can push your hips up. You can say, I'm taking a bit of a time out, and I'm going to slip the block underneath my bottom, and I'm going to rest here. This is a supported bridge. It's great on your low back. I'm not going to do that today. Maybe you choose to. Go for it. I'm going to press my feet into my mat. Wiggle my shoulders closer to my spine, arms down by my side. I'm going to take a marching bridge. Lift one leg, then the other. March, march, march. All right, that's marching. Maybe you want to continue to march or press both feet into your mat. I'm going to lift my right leg up to the sky. I'm going to pulse it up, 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 pushing my weight into my left foot. Little teeny pulses of the right leg. Now I'm going to stop pulsing. I'm going to draw little circles with the right toes. I'm going to draw little circles in the other direction. breathe. Then I'm going to lower my leg to about 45 degrees. Then I'm going to pulse up, up, up through the hips. Breathe. Right leg meets the left on the mat. March again. March, 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 march. Left leg goes high. Push hard into the right foot. Pulse the right leg up, up, up to the sky. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Push hard into the right foot. Draw little circles one direction. Draw little circles other direction. Breathe, breathe. Bring that left leg to about 45 degrees and pulse your hips. Up, up, up to the sky. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Send your left foot down. Plant both feet on your mat. Push hard into your hips. Lift, lift, lift. You got it. Roll your spine down, one vertebra at a time. Send your left leg long. Bend your right knee. Pull your shoulders up. Hug the right knee in. Circle your right ankle in both directions. Send the right leg down. Keep your shoulders up. Left knee bends. Hug it in. Circle your ankle this way and that. Let both legs go long. Keep your shoulders up. Drag both heels in. Knees toward your chest. Send both legs long. In and out with the legs. Let them be strong. Let your core be strong. Pull the knees in. Let the legs go. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Let's finish. Legs go long, shoulders come down. Let's do a supine twist. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Breathe, circle the ankle here and there. Left hand guides the right knee across the midline of your body. Roll onto your left hip, tee out your right arm and look to the right. Big supine twist. Right hip comes down, hug the knee in, circle the ankle right and left. Extend the right leg long, draw the left heel up, same thing other side, hug the left knee in. Use your towel. If you need to extend your arms, you need them to be a little bit longer, use the towel to hug your knee in. If you'd like, right hand guides the left knee across the midline of the body. Tee out your left arm, look left, supine twist. Hip comes down, hug your left knee in, circle your ankle this way and that. Both legs go long on your mat. Hug your heels in. Hug your left knee towards your left armpit, right knee towards your right armpit. Rock a little bit from side to side. Nice low back massage. Roll your ankles around and around. Capture the insides of your calves or the insides of your heels. I have to peel my shoulders up to catch my heels. Then I'm going to bring my shoulders down. Send one leg high to the sky, then the other leg up to the sky. Rebend one knee while the opposite leg extends. This is your happy baby pose, also called a Nanda Balasana. Happy baby. Breathe. You know, you'll never get there if you don't try. Just try and just keep coming back. The coming back is perhaps the hardest part. Stick with it, do a little bit each day, and before you know it, you're doing a lot. Legs go high to the sky. Point your toes up to the sky. Little circles, tee out your arms. Little circles to make your way down to about a 45-degree angle, and then circle them back up to the sky. Once up there, draw your toes towards your shins. Using your strong core, let your heels come all the way down. Time for final Shavasana. Arms down by your sides, palms face up. Eye shade or towel covers your eyes. Get your shoulders comfortable on your mat. Pinky toes fall to the earth. Breathe in, breathe out. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Soften your shoulders. Soften your ears. Soften your breath. Maybe you like to squeeze your fingers tight to your palms and feel the tension rise all the way up through your neck and shoulders. Same thing, squeeze your toes and then release. Oh, let it go. You can repeat that a few times or just let it go, because you have found your state of bliss. Rest is as important as the movement. Quality rest. And that's what you've got right now. A time of conscious relaxation. Stillness in your body. Letting everything go. If you want to stay longer, hit the pause on your remote. And just focus on your breathing. If it's time for you to wrap up your hour, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Circle the wrists and the ankles, every which way that feels good. Spread your fingers, spread your toes, and find movement. Inhale, reach high up overhead, take a big good morning stretch, point your toes, reach your fingers, stretch it out like you do before you even get out of bed in the morning. Exhale, bend your knees, roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Use your low arms, bicep as a pillow for your head. Soften in your top shoulder. Eyes are closed. Savor this breath. It'll never come again. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then we can all get up off the ground using our hands or not. Work on trying to do it without your hands. You worked your core. You're strong. Press on up to a seated position. You know, you don't appreciate what you have until you don't have it anymore. So keep working at what you got. Make the best of what you got. All right, so close your eyes, hands to prayer center. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Really appreciate each and every breath. Your inhales lengthen you up. Your exhales are a time of peace and just settling into strong foundation. Blink your eyes open. You did it. You know what? You are your own best teacher. You know what's right for your body. Do it. But just do it. And I love this saying, knowledge applied transforms our lives. You just got to apply it, and that's the hard part. So that means applying your yoga. Use your yoga. Do what you can with what you got. Even if you did 5% of the class, it's absolutely positively better than nothing at all, and you know that. Knowledge applied transforms our lives. Okay, stress number. What was it and what is it? How do your shoulders feel? How do your hips feel? How do your toes feel? You feel a lot more mobile, don't you? And that's very important. All right, see you on your mats tomorrow, every single day. Come back, tell your friends about us. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube. From us to you, focus on these things. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. See you guys on your mats tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Bye. Love you. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Doggy, how are you? Good girl. Good girl. See you next time. Turn your gaze inward. Focus on what you can do. Be more curious about your progress than you are judgmental about your progress. We don't need to be judgmental. Just be curious. What works for you? What doesn't work for you? What do you want to improve? What are you ready to throw away? But make it work for you. And as you make it work for you, tell your friends you're making it work for you. Have them join our yoga too. You know the yoga is free for anybody and everybody can do it because you modify it to make it work for you. They'll make it work for them. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit the website that we've created. It's www.316yoga.com. See you on your mats tomorrow. Be curious and not judgmental. Have a great day. See you on your mats.